Good morning. I'm taking this picture from Grand Bay East, Canada, Newfoundland. I'm going to swing around. I'm standing on my steps of my avion. And as you can see, right there is the ocean. It is just a fabulous sight. I've walked to the front of the truck. Do a panorama for you. This is a free boondocking site. You see, we're not the only people here. A couple people have already left. We're on a little jut out area. There are homes behind us. You can see Lynn down there drinking her coffee and looking at the ocean. This is about as good a boondocking site as you can get. I'll give you the coordinates in just a moment. These are the Google coordinates. When you bring it up, if you bring up these coordinates, Google will show you the exact, and I mean the exact spot where our trailer is setting. The site might be hard for you to see, but the site is where we're setting is reasonably level. We had to cock the wheels on the passenger side a little bit to bring it up to be level for the refrigerator, but otherwise it would just the way it should be. The yellow cat feels real comfortable with this place.
I thought she might.
We left the door open and she's gone down the steps and gone out and smelling the flowers and looking around. That's a good thing for her. Lynn and I are going to start walking this area to see what it looks like. There she goes. I'll be rapidly after her. We're walking along. It's absolutely not a bad view. Lynn and I are hiking the trail. Actually, that's a lie. There is no trail here. It's just ground. And most of it, to be honest, down here at the low point is peat. And peat is like walking on sponges. But this is a high point, not the high point. I'll get to it later. But it's pretty cool. This whole area is loaded with these. They're all deceased, but they had a living organism inside that shell.
Starfish, right?
What are they?
Were they starfishes?
Nope,
or something
they're
else?
not. Nope. Yeah. As Lynn said, how could you not love the shoreline with all this energy? She's standing right behind me. All these birds, all these waves. And you look back, you can see the big church on top of the hill. We went by that. There's a closer picture on yesterday's channel listing. Interesting, at least to me. You see the crab legs over here. This is on a rock, very close to the ocean. But it must be a favorite place for seagulls to bring stuff in and set it on the rock, beat it on the rock, and eat it. Here's a crab piece there that they've brought in. This is an interesting phenomenon. I believe these rocks over millions of years turn to crystal, and you can see a bunch of it, and then the crystal turns back into some other kind of rock later. Got a marker. You can see Lynn sitting beside it. I'm guessing it was put in here during the World War II for some reason. It is heavily rusted. It is driven into the rock. Somebody went to an extreme amount of effort to do that. I'm going to swing around and see if I can get them. There are tree swallows just swooping and swooping and swooping. Tree swallows are a land-based bird. They live in cavities. We have them at our home every year. But here, they have really got the life of Riley because you got these small bogs, tons of bugs. You got the seashore, so dragonflies and such things are rampant. This is kind of cool. And the same rock that the big piece of pipe is driven into, there's an actual brass marker that was probably put in here long ago. I'll see if I can read it, but I'll take a picture of it for you. She's doing her best to decode it, but there's a date on it. It looks like the date says it's 1949, so that would be after the war for some reason. But it is pounded into a very large rock that at a high point, not the high point, but close. If you come up here, it's a lovely, lovely place. And we are walking and really enjoying it, but I'm going to give you a forewarning. Peat is hard to walk on. You can hear me breathing. It's like walking on a wet sponge. When you step, you go down 6 inches or so. This is a way of system of marking, trail marking that they use in Newfoundland. It has an actual name, but I'll have to look it up because I can't remember it. Lynn has wanted to see a frog on our whole trip. I told her, since I knew everything, that there weren't any frogs up here. And you can see that frog has made me a total liar. He is sitting on a bog. There are probably some more here, but he is right there. A little bog. I'll pan up from him and show you what the rest of it looks like. He's living in high grass here. Except when it gets cold, and then he's going to be having to burrow down in that peat to keep from freezing to death. What are we talking, minus 30 Fahrenheit? This is where I came to get to this big rock. I came down the trail of rocks down there. Give you a picture of, I'm fairly high. There's the camper over there. You can see the red truck cap. You can see Lynn there. And warming up some pizza we had left over from yesterday. She looked out the window and said, "There goes our ferry." And there he goes. We'll be on him tomorrow. I'm going to interject something that Lynn just found. Just pretty cool. It shows you how small the world is. She's on ioverlander.com looking for, actually she was looking for this site to see if she could report it and say it was wonderful. And somebody had already done it. They must have done it last night, and there's a picture of our trailer and truck and the blue camper on that picture. When she went on, she just squealed. She couldn't believe that was us. I'm going to stop for today. We were planning on going for a walk on a 6-kilometer trail, but nearby, but it started to rain and the weather seems unsettled, and that might be a foolish thing to try to do. It's late in the afternoon. We have a Class C and a couple vans already pulled in. It'd be fun to see who all arrives tonight. We're going to stay the night. This will be our second night at this location. And in the morning, we have to be at the terminal for the ferry. I think we have to be out there about 10 o'clock, maybe 9 o'clock. I have to be there 2 hours early, so that'll be getting ready in the morning and driving to the terminal and loading onto the ferry. If you would, please subscribe to our channel. We'd really appreciate it. Be safe out there, and I hope you're as lucky as we are.